Now we will try the big one in this strong wind. We'll see how it goes. Flaps, aileron, some Velcro and more Velcro, and then some more Velcro for the batteries. Okay, Velcro from the bottom, Velcro from the top. Okay. Okay.
just in 2 words, in the last video I didn't say the most important thing about the setup in this plane is the CG, the center of gravity, because this is what is said in the manual instruction. Is, to me, it's not correct, because the nose is so heavy that you have to go 120 km/h to take off, to make the rotation and take off. For me, For me it's just impossible. And I moved the CG from 18 cm from this part, from this place back to 20, and now to 21 cm back, so 3 cm more. I think the instruction says 18, I'm not so sure, but now I'm way more back. Now it's exactly 21 cm, so 210 millimeters is here, and the rotation of the plane at takeoff is way earlier, so I'm taking off now with maybe 50 kilometers per hour, and this way I can take off with less power, and also landing is easier. So I recommend that, and the plane is of course still very stable, because now we have strong wind and it's really gusting, and still the plane was behaving super smooth, so very nice. And the good news is that the new WeMoTec Midi Evo 100 millimeters turbine, the EDF arrived. It's a brand new product, and I'm going to install it this week. So next flight is gonna be on the, because this is a 90. Next week the next flight is gonna be on the 100 EDF from WeMoTec, from I think the nicest brand, because it consumes way less amps, way less power than other EDFs, and it's very efficient and it's very fast. So this flight and all the other flights on Avanti are on WeMoTec Midi Evo, and the plane is really fast, and so the test with this plane of 100 is gonna be in just a few days. These batteries are nice, quite cold. And a good news, because there is so many questions about these cells, then soon we'll make a video of assembling of these cells, how I do it. I'm soldering them with the copper stripes, and we will make a video how it's actually done. It's very quick, very fast, only you have to know a few tricks, but this will be in the next video, so stay tuned. It's gonna be interesting. And of course, for everyone that is interested, I can send the 3D printable part files. You can print it, and I recommend it's the best to print it in PLA, or not PLA, in ASA or ABS, but ASA is stronger than ABS because it's 100 degrees resistant, and the PLA is melting. If the battery gets too hot, it will melt, so I do not recommend to print it in PLA. And one more thing about the setup in this plane is the BEC, the power supply. I have it directly from the batteries, so this is the connection for the batteries, 2 times 12S, total 8000 12S. And you see those 2 thin wires, not so thin, but 2 wires go directly here to BEC. This is a Sunrise model 20 amp BEC, 6 volt to 50 volt, so 12S BEC with selectable output voltage. And I have, originally it goes with 2 cables outside, like 2 cables supplying the system, but I soldered 3rd one, so 2 cables go, one into one harness from landing gear, another one to rudder, and the 3rd cable goes directly to the 1st receiver, so it's quite nice. And this BEC is quite strong, so I'm very happy with that. I have 2 receivers from FrSky. This is the first one, RX8R. This is with redundancy for R. And this receiver is connected, of course here's the telemetry, but this receiver is connected with the wire, S-bus wire, to a 2nd receiver. It's a full range drone receiver, so just in case the one fails, or it's not about failure, it's more about the proper antenna alignment. So I'm using this receiver's antennas or the main receiver's antennas, so but in general, with one receiver it was just as good. The range didn't improve. It's just in case if I lose a signal, which never happened. So I'm quite happy with FrSky system. and this is working with my Jumper T16 radio, already on golden ribbons, so there is no problem with switches, because this one is with golden ribbons, so it's a nice radio, very nice. It's one more interesting thing I already said in the previous video, that this plane has a partial inlet ducting. It comes as a set closed ducting, so there are two tubes from these inlets going directly to the EDF, but I've cut them just to direct the airflow away from these bulkheads, so the airflow is not slowed down by the bulkheads, but it's directed towards the inlet of the EDF, and this way the EDF is not suffocating. So I just cut it a little bit like this, you can see, and it's a clear intake but open duct, so the EDF is not suffocating, and also it's taking the wheel well of the front wheel, which I didn't install. This wheel well is just open, and I checked it with the pitot tube. There is no difference in speed if it's open or closed. It's really almost nothing, but of course it's a good source of air for the EDF and also for cooling batteries and the BEC. So I just kept it open, and it's really nice. So stay tuned for the video about soldering and making the cells of the Leon Samsung T40, and another video of this big jet, this big Viper XL from Black Horse, already with 100mm WeMoTec Midi Evo fan, which arrived this week. So, and it's interesting because the motor is 0.5 kilo, it's a big one, so I'm gonna push it hard. Stay tuned.